So here are the answers to the questions at the end of the previous chapter. Hopefully you've got all these right. So why don't you tick these off before we go on to Redshift. The Doppler effect. Now, we've all noticed that if a fire engine or an ambulance or something goes past with the siren blaring, then the pitch of the siren drops once it's gone past you. In other words, the frequency changes. Now, this is called the Doppler effect. Now, learn this definition, the Doppler effect. It's a change in frequency as a sound-emitting object moves relative to an observer. Learn that word for word. As a wave-emitting object approaches the observer, the waves are squashed together and the wavelength decreases and the frequency increases, so it sounds higher. But as the object moves away from the observer, the waves are stretched apart and the wavelength increases and the frequency decreases, so it sounds lower in pitch. And electromagnetic waves behave in the same way as sound waves. Redshift. Distant galaxies emit waves as light, and by studying the colour of the light, we can determine the wavelength. Blue light has a shorter wavelength than red light. So if a galaxy is emitting blue light, it suggests that the wavelength is being squashed and the galaxy is moving towards us. But if red light is emitted, it suggests that the wavelength is being stretched and the galaxy is moving away from us. The faster it's moving towards or away from us, the bigger the effect is. And we say the bigger the shift is. Now, Edwin Hubble, that's a very famous scientist, he discovered in 1929 that the light from distant galaxies is redshifted. And he also observed that the further away the galaxies were, the bigger the shift, which suggested that they're actually accelerating away from us. They're moving away from us at a faster and faster rate. Now, this is evidence that supports the Big Bang theory. What's the definition of the Big Bang theory? Well, in a nutshell, it's that the universe began from a single initial point and is still expanding. But just watch out in your answers. Don't say that the Earth is expanding and don't say that the planets are moving. It's the universe that's expanding as the galaxies move away from each other. Cosmic Microwave Background Radiation, or CMBR. Now, in 1965, scientists discovered microwave radiation coming from every direction in space. Now, the Big Bang theory is the only theory that can explain this radiation. It's thought to be thermal energy left over from the initial bang. But just remember that neither redshift nor CMBR are proof of the Big Bang. They are only evidence that supports it. Okay, well done. You've finished the last chapter. Good work. Why don't you test yourself now on Redshift? If you pause the film now, and when you're ready, click on and you'll find the answers coming up right now. So here are the answers to the end of topic questions on Redshift. Tick them off, make any corrections that you need to, and what you could do now is go on to practice your mathematical skills or go on to the physics GCSE questions.